February is Women's Heart Health Month, and Go Red with Rising. On this National Wear Red Day, we're honoring the 43 million women in the U.S. who have heart disease. With Go Red, co-chair Amy Peck. Good morning, Amy.
Good morning.
Everyone's wearing red this morning. It is National Wear Red Day. Why are we doing this, and why is it so important?
Well, National Wear Red Day was started in 2004 as any other day, and it was created and has now become an icon for the American Heart Association to create awareness for women around their #1 health risk, which is heart disease.
All right, let's talk about some of those numbers and stats. Speaking of being the #1 killer of women, can you break down some of the numbers for us when it comes to women and heart disease?
Most certainly. So 1 out of 3 women suffer from cardiovascular disease and die. 60% of the women who are affected by cardiovascular disease, 80% of that could have been prevented. Most people don't realize that 1 of 3 die of cardiovascular disease, and 80% of the African American women die of heart disease, and then Hispanic women are detected with heart disease 10 years earlier than the Caucasian woman.
And it's very preventable, especially with things like exercise and diet, and I know that you have a lot of resources for us when it comes to how to meal plan and all of those things, but you also have events going on around town this month because February is Heart Health Month. So how can we get involved and what's going on?
Yes, there's lots of ways to get involved. Tomorrow night is the Heart Ball, which will have 1,200 people attending, to include heart and stroke survivors. That will be held at the NASCAR Hall of Fame. Tomorrow evening, Saturday the 14th of February, Macy's is holding an event at South Park Mall from 1:30 to 4:30. Other events are a 5K run on the 7th. Yes to Yoga up in Huntersville is having a yoga event on February the 19th, and their Burger 21 is having an event later in the month on the 21st.
And there's a special breakfast going on this morning. And so where can we go if we want to find more information on all of these events happening?
So you can go call the local American Heart Association at 704-417-5757 or go to ahacharlotte.org.
And then you also have a really big luncheon that's grown over the years coming up in May. And this is how you got involved, actually. Tell us just a little bit about your story and how it became important to you.
Certainly. So I do have folks in my family and friends that were affected by heart disease and stroke. And back in '06, I became a part of the Circle of Red, sat on the executive leadership team. And this past year, this American Heart Association asked my business partner and I to co-chair the luncheon. And so Crew Partners is the first ever Cities Go Red sponsor for the Heart Association in the Go Red Luncheon.
Thank you so much for all the work that you do. I appreciate it, and we believe so strongly in what you're doing that every Friday here on Rising, Go Red with Rising. Next week we're going to be talking to the Macy's Makeover winner, who's going to get a $500 gift card, some new clothes. We're going to check out her new look and talk to her coming up next week. Thank you, Amy Peck.